Alright, my little break's over. I'll probably make like 3 or 4 videos and then go on break again, because this is just a hobby for me. But yeah, DayZ and philosophy. Just to summarize super quick, I believe that DayZ is the greatest computer simulation of the Hobbesian state of nature that there's ever been. Now, let's start off with the state of nature. Thomas Hobbes, which there's other philosophers who had their own versions, but Hobbes' versions of it was essentially that it was a brutal existence having the state of nature, that there's no government or cooperation. The only kind of groups that work together may be like families and such. But without a government and without a law enforcement over a large area, people couldn't live peacefully. Like for instance, if you had a state of nature in a river, and a family on each side living in their like little village, little house, whatever. It's in a state of nature, there would be no guarantee. There wouldn't be as much guarantee that the other family wouldn't come kill them and take all their stuff. In fact, they'd start to think, maybe I should like attack them before they attack us. In other words, there can't be peace in a state of nature. And on top of the fact, because there's not like a really good economy, everyone is barely surviving, so the incentive to be violent is higher. So Hobbes is not saying that people are inherently evil. It's just that they can't allow themselves to be good in a state of nature. So yeah, DayZ is like that too. So what is DayZ? DayZ started out as a mod for a game, but now it's its own standalone game. And how DayZ works is the player is parachuted onto an island. There is probably up to 40 or more other players. The player has to eat, drink, and sleep, and use medicine, or they'll die. They can also freeze to death if they don't get to a fire, or use, I think there's certain medicine that can help them stay alive in the cold. And also, the island is full of guns and zombies. So if we're going with the metaphor, the zombies could be like wild animals that would be dangerous to humans in a state of nature. That, because of the chaotic situation, humans haven't been able to keep check on. And actually, other players are way more dangerous than zombies. Other players have guns. So the thing is, in that DayZ, there's not a whole lot of cooperation. Now, one innovation that the game has is that if you wear a headset, and you can talk to other people in the game if you're close enough through the headset. But the thing is, cooperation still doesn't happen very often. And often, you can talk to other players over a voice chat, so you can't really do that in real life, but or general chat. But if you do and try to meet up with other players, the chances are that they'll just kill you. So DayZ is in a state of nature. And the thing is, other players aren't evil. What it is that all the players are, since there's like no economy and cooperation, not that much, everyone's just barely not starving to death. So there's a high incentive to just kill other players and steal their stuff. And there's also the really big fear that if you don't kill the other player first, they'll kill you first and take all of your stuff. Now, another important reason why DayZ is a really good example of the state of nature, and also how to escape it, is that there is cooperation in the game. Often people outside of the game, though, will come together in the game, and sometimes they will recruit other players, and they will cooperate. And when they do cooperate, they have a much easier time collecting food and resources to survive. And on top of that, the game has these wrecked cars everywhere, and it's really difficult to repair them on your own. But if you cooperate and have this little government system where you have a clan and a leader directing the group around, then these groups tend to get access to vehicles pretty easily, because they're able to work together to get to scavenge all the parts around the island to repair the vehicles. On top of that, the island in the game used to be like a military facilities, so the players can even cooperate to like repair helicopters. It's pretty sweet. So I'm a big gamer, so it's a bit of conflict in my mind, the gamer in me versus the philosopher in me, about which aspects are most interesting. But yeah, if you really want an idea of what the state of nature looks like, buy DayZ standalone, or buy Arma 2, which is the game that it originally came from, and then install the mod, the original DayZ mod. And yeah, it's pretty fun and terrifying, and I think you get a very up close and personal lesson in Hobbesian state of nature theory. And that's all.